generations. I think when it comes to us Gen X, I think when it comes down to living better than our parents or not, I think that's slicing a hair there, because I think out of everything, and it might be because I'm Gen X, but Gen X was the best generation to grow up in.
Yes,
went from the
I
analog
agree with
to
that.
digital.
It was. We seen it all. We seen it all come together. We seen the internet from its infancy.
Well, our parents might have seen the TV come out, but we got to see, they
Cell phones.
Well, we seen it go from black and white to color. What year did it go color?
Oh, I was a little kid when it came out.
Yeah, but we seen that.
But I mean, I was also the remote control.
Yes, I was.
I mean, we had a black and white TV in the kitchen.
The flashlight holder.
And then we had a color TV in the living room.
Yeah.
And then like Dad would get home from work because Mom didn't work. Yep. Right. And then he would read his newspaper because if you remember, they had evening newspaper delivery.
Yeah. Morning and evening.
Morning and evening.
Yep.
Yes.
So Dad would come home. Mom would have food ready. He would sit down in the chair and eat and read his, we would eat. He would sit down and then read his paper. And then I was the remote control for the TV, just like everybody else here was.
Yeah.
You know?
Phone with a wire hooked to it.
And we saw the birth of video games, and look where they're at now.
Yeah, we were at the mercy of the wire on the telephone.
I will say, though, that our generation is a rough generation. Do you believe that?
Well, our generation also is the first of the latchkey kids.
Yes.
Yes, we were the latchkey kids.
Yeah, we were home all day by ourselves.
Yes.
That was true because when...
Or the key was hid on your head. It was hid away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
And because when I was little, when I finally went to school, Mom went to work. So we were by ourselves until everybody got home.
Yeah, we were the
But I look at, as far as Generation X, I mean, look at the music we've had. We've had the great of the 70s, the 80s, the 90s.
Did you see that one post, which makes me grin? Within 44 days, these albums, and you probably have to help me, all came out with one another. It was Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit, Pearl Jam, Metallica Black.
Yeah.
9 Inch Nails.
Yes.
And there was 2 other ones, and I can't remember what they were, but I keep seeing that post on Facebook. Within 44 days, all of those albums came out in 1991.
Yeah. I think Megadeth's Countdown to Extinction came out in 91.
Like that was like probably the best collection of albums that ever came out within 44 days.
We seen a new a twist in music, a new come about of music with the alternative music come about. We watched that being born right out on the West Coast.
Even going out to the concerts for so much, you know what I mean? Nowadays,
I'm not a big concert goer.
I like them.
Oh yeah, I go to them, buddy.
Yeah,
what do you like? What do you like, Ken?
I go to all the festivals. I mean,
well, what music do you like? What do you listen to? Like, if I could give you any song, like you could tell Alexa right now to play any song you wanted on Spotify, what songs would you pick?
I'd go old school still. I'd go Alice in Chains, which we could,
Man in the Box? Is that Man in the Box?
Yeah, okay. Man in the Box, but yeah, they got some other ones.
What else? Give me another like group or person that you would pick.
Well, my last concert, I seen Rob Zombie.
There you go.
Rob Zombie, Mudvayne, Static X, and Power Man 5000.
So heavy and alternative, basically.
But also, I went and seen Jimmy Buffett.
Okay,
well, it's Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, it's Jimmy Buffett.
That's because it takes you back in time.
Yeah, right.
Takes you back.
Before that, I seen Korn, Alice in Chains, and I forget who else was with them.
Yeah, what are you picking?
Theory of a Dead Man.
What genre?
AC/DC, alternative, basically.
So like, what, 80s rock?
Well, alternative music.
Yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s, yeah.
But then, but some of the new bands are good too. I listen to a lot of.
Well, I just went seen Backseat Lovers down DC 101. It was an acoustic session.
All right.
They played 5 songs. It was decent.
He did that.
It was all right.
It sent me a picture, and you remember what was it? MTV's Unplugged. That's what it looked like.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Huh.
It was at iHeart Studio Soundstage down DC, and DC 101 put it on, and they played down there that night.
Yeah. They had a concert that night?
Yeah, they sold out at the Anthem. They sold that out. So we went and seen them. They played like 5 or 6 songs, acoustic, no drums or
How many people were there?
About 50.
Isn't that cool? That's
neat.
About 50. And we got lunch. Papa John's provided the lunch.
Yeah. That ain't bad at all. Yeah, it's nice when it's a little like that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. We got to meet the band, get your picture taken with them if you wanted to.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so one thing you miss from when you were growing up that you could have now.
Oh, boy.
If you could pick it to change anything right now, like change it, I want to do this. I want this because this would make it better for, if we had this, it'd be better for everybody.
I've always told everybody, if I could have go back, say 18 years old and you get your first job and all that, and I think me and you've talked about this before, the thing that I would have done, knowing what I know now, I would have put my money in gold and I would have never invested in 401ks or any of that. I would have bought gold out of every check, whatever I could afford it. And I'd probably be sitting, I sat and tried to roughly do the math one time.
I disagree with that.
I'd be sitting on like $8 million.
No, I disagree.
No, not with gold.
Not with gold.
No.
Now, if you'd have taken that money and put it in an S&P 500 index fund,
You think that would have been more?
you'd have probably
Yeah,
been
you
like
got more.
50 million
But gold's
bucks.
pretty solid. I mean, I lost a lot in our 457s when
I don't know. I think you
9/11.
make more money on platinum than you would
A
gold.
lot of people lost a lot of money in 9/11.
Well, yeah. Did you ever hear them conspiracy stories about 9/11? Have you ever heard them?
Yeah, I've watched them.
About the $1 trillion they couldn't find?
Oh, yeah.
What the heck was the guy's name who announced it the day before? I can't remember his name. Wasn't Alan Greenspan, I don't think.
No, it was
What was his name?
Defense Secretary
Yes.
of Defense.
Rumsfeld?
Rumsfeld.
There you go.
Yeah, he made that announcement saying they lost $1 trillion.
Yeah, and it was up in the towers.
Up in the towers. And then the next thing you know, the towers were gone. I mean, that's kind of...
I don't know.
Yeah, I never really looked
I
into
don't know
platinum
either,
and all that, but man,
but-
I do not have I have a big distrust for the stock market anymore.
Yeah, I do too. I do. I
Because
can't help it.
I know people that like in their 70s now that have all these years and they've lost a lot.
Yeah.
We
Their
lost.
retirement fund.
What year did it crash? At
2008.
Yeah, 2008. Everybody's 401k went in the toilet.
Well, yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. I lost
Yeah.
9/11 and then 2008 hit
Yeah.
me. It was just ugly for us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, it took it out of us.
Usually, though, they say overall, you're better off.
You let it ride.
Yeah, you just don't pull it out.
Yeah, leave it
I mean, you
alone.
can't sit there and look at it every day. It'll drive you insane.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing.
That's why you're better off just going, here's my money.
yeah.
Go do whatever.
I mean,
Because if you
that's-
have access to your own ETF for like an S&P 500 ETF fund or what index
you'd be
fund,
in and out.
you'll be in and out, and you
Yeah,
will
you'll
lose your
spend it.
ass.
You'll spend
But
the
if you-
profits.
Yeah, but if you give that money to somebody and say, look, I'm going to give you this, and I don't want you to take it out no matter what I say. Because if you give it to somebody, you're just like, all right, I don't have that money no
Well,
more.
most of your bigger investors tell you invest and forget about it.
Yeah, that's what
Invest
it
and
is.
forget.
You just go back to the
Invest
late
and
80s,
forget
though, and
about
look at the cost of a car and look at stuff now. You know how much things cost.
Oh, my God.
It's just amazing.
I
you know.
remember when I first started
the
working,
roof.
I worked at probably the same place Brett did.
Beaterland.
Went to Beaterlack to work at
Yeah.
that blanket factory.
Yeah.
And I made $3.25 an hour.
Yeah, $3.25.
Now the minimum wage
Oh,
is like
yeah.
$15.
$3.25.
I mean, Dairy Queen was hiring the other day for $17 an
But
hour.
the cost
Hey,
of living
Phil,
is
Phil,
so
hold
much
on. I'm
more.
going to say it one more time. $3.25.
Oh, yeah. $3.25.
$3.25.
That's what I mean. Three.
You. I'm talking to you, the one back there behind the grill. $3.25.
Yeah, man.
And you want
$3.25.
$15 to cook my Big Mac.
Yeah, right. Actually, no, they don't. Well, yeah, just cook it because they're not going to wait on you.
Yeah,
There's a
well-
kiosk there.
Well, pretty soon, yeah.
They're not waiting on
Well,
you. They are not waiting on
pretty
you.
s- yeah,
They're
10
going to look at
years-
you like, oh, here he comes
Yeah,
again.
here he comes. Yeah, 10 years from now, there won't be anybody in there.
Yeah, right.
You'll be able to go in
Yeah,
there
but
and
have you
order
ever
it
seen an
and-
older? I've seen now with the kiosk, like you said, I've seen an older person come in and just stand at the counter and
I
stand
know,
and
stand
stand.
and stand.
Nobody goes.
And stand.
Nobody helps them.
Yeah.
Nobody helps them. It's the craziest thing ever. So when you sit there and you look at California where they just run into the stores and steal,
I know.
right? They do. They just
That
steal.
just
And then
blows my
people
mind.
that are sitting there just be like, just let them go.
What are you going to do? You're going to get
But-
your ass kicked to try to stop them.
The catch-22
Or
is
go to
that-
jail.
Yeah, or
but
go
the
to jail.
catch-22 for that is, what are they going to do? Like, what if they have all this automation for like McDonald's or Sheetz or Wawa or Royal Farms, and you don't have to have anybody in there? So now it's all in the honor system.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how's that going to work? But then I also think it ties into the facial recognition and your what's the word I'm looking for that they want to come out with your new digital currency.
Oh.
Your social
Well, if you have
social
a
score.
if you have a neuro chip, it'll probably automatically
Right?
video
Yeah,
you
your
to-
chip. Yeah.
So whatever it is you're carrying, they're gonna know who you are as soon as you walk in.
So you
As
can
you
walk
pull
into
in.
Sheets now and do that with the phone app. Pay
Oh,
and
yeah.
roll.
You
Pay and
can.
leave.
Well, a lot of times you can just get on the app and order ahead of time and
Walk in and roll. Yeah, but I'm saying you could go in, grab stuff off the shelf, pay through your phone, and roll out.
yeah.
Yeah, you can. But
And
I
I
mean,
guarantee it, their theft is.
how's the
it's up.
theft going to be?
I'll bet it's up now.
Yeah,
I'd be willing to bet it's up now.
Yeah, I think Walmart's having issues. That's why they're buckling
They are.
down.
Did you see that in the
Yeah,
in the,
they're
in
buckling
the
down
on
on
the
it.
news? They're having so bad issues with that.
Yeah.
They gotta do
pay,
something.
and we pay for that. We pay for that.
I mean, what happened to the guy that used to? I mean, one day I walked into Walmart, everybody was checking everybody out. The next day I came in, there were 3 people checking everybody out, and it was all automated.
yeah, well, yeah.
You know, all of it was automated.
Well, that's come back like the door greeters. I mean, they still have them, but they don't do nothing. I mean,
No, they
They
don't.
can't stop you. They can't do nothing.
No, and when they're so elderly, I wouldn't want them trying to stop anybody. You know
Well,
what I mean?
that's true, but I'm just saying it ain't like they could stop you anyway. In reality,
They're not. They're not going to stop. If somebody wants it, you're not going to stop them. Especially in the city, because everybody down there apparently is carrying, regardless if there's freaking gun laws.
It don't matter or not.
Yeah.
It don't matter whether
they're
you're
all
legal or
carrying.
not. They all have one.
They all have a
Everybody got
weapon.
one. Yeah.
You know that. That's why you're grinning at me right now.
Yep.
You know this. That's
Yep.
You probably packing right now, ain't you,
Oh,
Ken?
no, not me.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it either. He probably got one under his hat.
Shake my hand and
I know.
shoot me in the arm. Where the hell did that one come from? You'll never know.
It wouldn't surprise me.